What's up, YouTube? Today, for this video, I call this one Universal Ripening Signs of Watermelons. So basically, ripening signs that will apply across the board to all watermelons. Alright, so first sign to look for is this dead tendril. I accidentally snapped the end of it off, but this is the tendril and it was dead. That's why it easily snapped off. But it's been dead for about a little over a week now. So that's the first sign to look for, guys. The deadening of the tendril and the spoon leaf. They've been dead a long time ago. Now if you go by that sign alone, you will not have a ripe melon. I guarantee you that. Alright. Second sign to look for, formation of ribs. Ribs will form along every, so you see where these green, this is a crimson sweet watermelon. Everywhere these green markings are, the deep green, those are where the grooves are. So if the green is the groove, then this light portion of the melon will feel like a rib. So as you come up, so groove, rib, you literally can feel it, like, and you can directly see it. It runs from the umbilical end all the way to the blossom end, and it's followed. So the groove will follow this green vein all the way back. That's the second sign to look for. I realized that those ribs only form a week after this tendril dies. They literally just began forming about 2 days ago, and they just became noticeable today. So I wonder if the camera is catching it well, but you should be able to deeply see it. But I'll show more melons. But look how large this crimson sweet is. It's a large crimson sweet. You probably can't see all the way how large it is, but it's about a 20-pounder. Another sign to look for is the sunspot, but this is a guaranteed one because you need sunlight to actually shine on the melon. Now this is a ripe melon. This tendril is right here. This dead tendril. You don't want to go by that sign, and you can go by this sign, but I wouldn't go by this one either. I'll say these are steps toward the ripening process and not the actual ripening sign. So the deadening of the tendril is the first step of the ripening process. The second step of the ripening process is the formation of the ribs. Now this melon here still hasn't formed deep ribs yet, so it has to sit on the vine. There's another cow sweet forming a nice yellow sunspot. We have a jubilee, 2 jubilees right there. So deadening of this tendril, formation of the grooves all the way from the umbilical end down to the blossom end of the melon. And the third sign would be loosening of this umbilical end from here. So on an unripe melon, you can't pull this off at all. This will not remove from an unripe melon. But the riper the melon gets, the more this loosens up. You want the grooves to be fully mature before you try to move this. Now you can see how I'm wiggling it. It's not coming off. If I apply enough strength, it will come off. But if you have to apply too much strength, then it's not right. I'm not saying it's gonna be like a cantaloupe, but this will come off easy. Charleston Gray. So I've done videos already on ripening signs for melons, such as the Charleston. Well, I say the Charleston Gray turns gray. It begins to turn gray once it's ripening up. And as you can see here, this Charleston Gray is beginning to turn gray. And for comparison's sake, here we have a full green, immature Charleston Gray. Okay? For more comparison's sake, here's another Charleston Gray that's green, but it has a dead tendril. See this? So we want to definitely wait. After this tendril dries, you want to wait at least a week. A lot of these melons have a long shelf life, so don't think, even if it was ripe, don't think that the melon would just go bad on you. you know, if Charleston Gray has a 2 to 3 week shelf life, you can leave it on the vine maybe another week after it was already fully ripened. But you can see on this Charleston, move these leaves, we should be able to see it. Cause I can see it with my eyes. I don't think the camera can see it. You see these ribs. These ribs only just began forming within the last couple of days. I was getting ready to pull this Charleston off. The only reason why I didn't pull it off, because the third sign wasn't there. This wasn't coming, this wasn't pulling off from the melon. So if it doesn't pull off easily, I can't do it. But these ribs here will basically be, if the Charleston Gray has striations, these ribs will run along those striations all the way to the blossoming, all the way to here. So they'll run all the way to here and all the way up there. So now you can see if we can see the ribs from this angle. Curvature. It basically won't be a smooth melon, guys, but that's not an all the way ripe one. So let's check this one. This is the ripest Charleston Gray I have. Now this is a ripening sign for Charleston Gray. This leaf starts drying out. I know that for a fact because this leaf runs right here, which is where this tendril is and where this Charleston Gray connects. So I highly understand that once this dries out, this Charleston Gray will most likely be ready to go. Now you can see rib formation here on it. You catch an angle from here, you can definitely see the ribs. Now the ribs run all the way along back, so I say that the melon has about 3 more days, 4 more days, and those ribs should become highly defined on that melon. And once they become highly defined, then most likely that vine will snap off that melon. You have to use scissors to remove your melon. It's not ready. This is a jubilee that's starting to form ribs. So I absolutely would not pull off another melon unless it has complete formation of ribs. This Charleston Gray is starting to form ribs, and you can see on the side it's starting to turn gray. I can't roll it over too much. It's a big Charleston Gray. I can't roll it over that much, guys. I tried to actually roll it just now. That's how big this is. So if Charleston Gray begins turning gray, but I mean no other melon would turn gray, so you can't use Charleston Gray's ripening signs. But so here we have a jubilee. Just look how large it is. My hand back here, it's a big jubilee, guys. It's about 2 feet. Oh, it got longer. It was 2 feet. About 2 feet yesterday. So the umbilical runs here up to here. Dried out tendril. All right, guys, dried out tendril, and it doesn't wiggle off. Why doesn't it wiggle off? These ribs haven't reached complete formation, so it's not fully ripened. Now this melon here is starting to form ribs. I can feel it. Oh yeah, it's well defined on there, but it still has a couple more days. So that jubilee is well on its way. So the 3 signs we're looking for basically are, it's not easy. You don't go by the signs, but these are steps toward the process. That's what I actually realized. Drying of the tendril is the first step toward the process. It doesn't symbolize a ripe melon. It just symbolizes the first step. The first phase has been reached. The second phase, formation of ribs and a grainy surface on the melon. I wouldn't say to look for the grainy surface because it's pointless if you can, see the ribs and feel those ribs. It's highly noticeable on here, guys. The camera should be catching it. All right, you see this here? This marking right here. See, it runs all the way up. And this is another one. See the camera right here. It's catching it. All right, yes, the camera can see it, guys. So the second step of the ripening process will be the formation of ribs. The formation of deep ribs, as in how it was on that Crimson Sweet, but I believe it will get deeper. And then the third step, after those deep ribs are formed, that umbilical will come off the melon very easily. So it won't be a fight, guys, at all. Now, just for note, I doubt any other melon I mean, I'm not gonna say any other melon, but I doubt most melons will have a leaf that just dies out like this, like how this Charleston Gray has. At first I thought the leaf was diseased, but it's obviously something. It's obviously has something to do with the ripening of Charleston Gray, but that's not a universal sign, guys, so we can't go by that. So it has the drying of the tendril, has ribs, and we can see. Ooh, I can see the umbilical drying out. So I can pull it off right now. I'm pretty sure it'll be red inside, but I need it to be as sweet as possible. So drying of the tendril, formation of deep ribs, to where you can directly see it and feel it. Formation of deep ribs and not grooves that are just beginning to form. And then the drying out of that umbilical, which will symbolize loosening up of it. And I'll show you how drying out of the umbilical looks. It has a dry. Umbilical is starting to dry. I think you had one. So here, guys. See that right there? It's drying of the umbilical. And this will symbolize the third phase. Those drying marks. And once the third phase is reached, see, I can pull this off right now. You can see it's wiggling. You can't do this to an unripe melon. It won't come off at all, I promise. You'll have a hard time. So, drying of the tendril, formation of deep ribs, deep grooves, so you can sit your fingers in it and directly see it. Formation of deep grooves, and drying of the umbilical, which will symbolize easy removal of the umbilical, guys. That's my update for today. I'll once again show the Crimson Sweet since we've seen this whole patch. I'll show the Crimson Sweet. We'll have a great idea of how those ribs should be looking. So it's highly visible. Just so it's so dark green that it may be hard to catch on camera, but I'm sure it's highly visible on camera. Deep groove, deep groove, deep groove. Everywhere you see these deep green marks, it's a groove that runs all the way back. All right, guys. It's all the way back. Get that? It's a big crimson, about 20 pounds, guys. So those deep grooves. So that's really the only 3 signs you actually need to look for to know if your melon is ripe. I wouldn't say just, go by all the other, yellow sunspot, all this nonsense. It can symbolize that it's close to ripening, but there's three main steps along the process that will guarantee you a ripe melon, and those are the 3 main steps, guys. And that's my update for today. Thank you.